Oops. Oh, crap. Hey, guys, a little help. Hey, guys. Guys? Oh, wait, I think I got it. Oh, yeah, totally. No, never mind.
It's time to knock about.
What's up, Internet? My name is Josh Quillin, and welcome to episode 2 of the Knockabout. Actually, it's just called Knockabout. Whatever, I'll call it the Knockabout Podcast. Is there a the? Is there not a the? I don't know, whatever. Hanging out today with me is Mr. Wade Copson from the future.
G'day.
Hello. And that's it. Nobody else wanted to hang out. Brian's actually sick today.
Some people, jeez.
I know. How dare he get the flu? Actually, the flu's been going around like crazy out here. Everybody and their mother is getting sick.
Yeah?
And I was hearing reports, because, we all get, I don't know, are flu shots super prevalent in Australia? Is it like a big thing?
Oh, column A, bit of column B. Yeah, yes, no.
As out here, it's like, did you get your flu shot? You need to get your flu shot. Oh my God, if you don't get your flu shot, you're going to die.
Okay.
But I guess the flu strain that's going around is some, I don't know, InGen dynamically engineered flu virus that the flu shot does almost nothing for. So everyone's been getting sick. I actually had it last week.
So the flu strain has mutated into something more
into the
aggressive.
What's it called? Ignoramus. What the hell is the new T-Rex called?
Oh, yeah. It's interesting. Mind you, I noticed the website that you posted for the movie looks pretty cool.
Yeah, doesn't it? It's so good.
It looks like a full-on park website.
Well, for anybody listening who has no idea what we're talking about, which if you don't, I'm ashamed and disappointed. Jurassic World's website is actually a fully functional theme park website.
Yeah.
I'm on it right now. So currently the park is open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's at 94% capacity. I mean, I can go through and look at wait times on every single attraction they have in the park. There's restaurants, there's reviews on them, there's interactive park maps. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. And then it basically is just like playing shots of like from the trailer in the background of the website.
And then some really nice sort of corporate photography.
Yeah, for sure. It gives you like, it's 80 degrees apparently right now in Isla Nublar. It's insane. This is easily the best movie website I've ever seen, ever. It's
pretty cool.
So good. Yeah, so I just clicked on Main Street where there's a Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville.
Oh, no way. Really?
Yeah, that's what it says. It's Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, and there's this semi-attractive Jurassic Park employee holding a stuffed T-Rex that you can buy. It's super. It is 37 shops and 20 restaurants. I don't know if you guys know that about Jurassic
The Montosaurus feeding show is happening right now.
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
We need to go. We'll be back. It's really cool, and it works. Like this, the functionality, like the animation and stuff that they've built into the site is really, really cool. It's like HTML5 animated JavaScript stuff, and it's so cool, super good. And there is still, if you go to the Creation Lab, there's Mr. DNA.
Oh, really?
On there, yeah. If you go to the Creation Lab and then you scroll down, there's Mr. DNA, kind of hey, it's really kind of awesome. He's still their spokesperson.
The statue looks pretty good though of old John Hammond.
Wait, where's that? Where'd you find that?
I don't know. I'll have to go back now.
I found it somewhere. I'm guessing it'd be around Main Street.
It was in the Creation Lab.
Oh, was it? Okay.
And then you had to click on something that said our founder.
Okay, wait.
I'm not sure exactly where it is now.
I feel like this is a way to get a lot of hidden clips of the movie.
Yeah.
On this website. Let's see. The assembly, sequencing, sophistication. Yeah, where's our founder stuff? I don't see it. This is bullcrap. And then there's also, actually, what's really interesting, and it's got this video, which I haven't watched yet, which we should both watch. You can click, there's 3 lines. That's what you click to open up the menu on the website. There's this thing, Masrani, which is the new InGen, because it's not ran by InGen anymore. It's ran by Masrani or whatever. So you click that and it goes to the Masrani website. So it looks like they've built an entire website for this Masrani company that I guess purchased InGen. I guess, okay, so
okay.
they purchased InGen, so it's InGen Technologies on the Masrani Corporation. Where there's like investors, they have stock profiles.
Corporate video.
Yeah, all
Jeez.
kinds of stuff. I mean, this is a really in-depth web deal. This is really cool. This is super good.
I wonder if they're going to go into the actual film, you know?
Probably. I mean, the actor who's playing the CEO on this guy, it's the guy from, what is that sound in the background? It's
I think the Terminator's just rocked up on his Harley Davidson.
it sounds like
Here in
somebody's
Australia.
pushing the enter key with vigor right now. What is happening? Like, is somebody playing an RPG or something, or like some first-person shooter, and they're just like, ah! In the background? What's going on? That's exactly. It's a very tiny Terminator firing in the background. Okay, so the guy playing Simon Masrani, I think it's this guy. I think it's the actor from. Oh, good God! It won an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. The kid in the boat, and the tiger, and the whale in the water. What the heck? He's also in The Amazing Spider-Man. Oh God! Why can't I remember this movie? Life of Pi. Thank you. That's the movie. I think it's the guy who plays Pi when he's older.
Okay.
I'm going to look it up right now. Life of Pi. The actor is a name... Oh, no? Yes. Ifran Khan is the actor? Yeah, Jurassic World. Yeah, he's playing Masrani. Okay, so yeah, it's that guy. Ifran Khan. He's a cool actor. I like him. But yeah, he's in a bunch of different things. But yeah, he was in The Amazing Spider-Man and Life of Pi, which random thing about The Amazing Spider-Man and Life of Pi and how they kind of connect. So have you seen Life of Pi?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so Life of Pi, the tiger was... What was the tiger's name? God, I can't remember anything about this movie.
It's obviously made a big impression on you then.
It really has. Actually, there's a lot of people that really love this movie, and I just didn't really like it. That's right. Okay, so the tiger in the movie is called Richard Parker. This is what he names the tiger in the movie. So it's like, Richard Parker. That's what he says the whole time, right?
Okay.
In The Amazing Spider-Man, he plays a guy who was the boss of Dr. Connors and Dr. Parker, and Dr. Parker's disappearance, his like mysterious disappearance, whatever.
Yep,
It's like kind of held that this guy may be involved or know something, whatever. So he's known to have been in relation and potentially with the murder of Peter Parker's father, who's named Richard Parker. So he was in 2 blockbuster movies with the character Richard Parker. So is Richard Parker Peter Parker's dad, or is he the tiger from Life of Pi? If you mold the 2 movies together...
Peter Parker's old man was a tiger.
Peter Parker's old man was a tiger. I mean, that might be what his wife was saying. I'm not sure. But anyway, side note. Okay.
It's such a side note.
Moving on. So I have come accustomed to watching in the last couple of years and think it's probably one of the best TV shows on TV. Do you watch the BBC Top Gear?
Every now and then.
Every now and then. Freaking love that show.
I've kind of gotten over it, because there was it became a big hit here maybe 5 years ago.
Okay. Well, it's been on for 22 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the American Top Gear. It's all right. But something about the British Top Gear.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, we've got an Australian version, and it didn't last very long at all.
No. I was just watching their new episode from like a week or 2 ago, was in Australia.
Yeah?
Yeah, the whole thing was they were driving, they wanted to see if it was a BMW M6, a Nissan GTR, and a... really expensive car that starts with a B. I can't remember the name. Oh, Bentley. And a Bentley could survive the North Australian territory.
Okay.
Like going through the deserts and things. And it's hilarious. And they survive. Like, it's like these luxury sports cars.
Oh, no way.
And they survive completely unharmed. And at one point they go to a ranch and they herd 4,000 cattle with these cars.
Holy crap.
Well, the thing that was even more crazy is that there's a 2 million acre ranch in Northern Australia. That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like huge. I can't even fathom 2 million acres.
Yeah, we just got land out there,
You do? Well, just I want to know,
stuff.
What is the relative size of Australia to the U.S.?
If you line it up over the top of each other, it's pretty much the exact same size as North America.
All of North America?
All of North America, from left to right, from the east coast to
you're
west
right.
coast.
Okay, I'm looking at an overlay right now. So I found a picture, and it's an overlay.
Like, yeah. Like when you look at the map.
So
the entire globe, you think, no, Australia must be pretty tiny in comparison.
No,
but
it's huge. Like, okay, so from where I used to live in LA, which is, you're East Coast, or East Coast. Yeah, you're East Coast.
West.
And then going all the way to your West Coast, which is where you are. Correct? No, you're on the East Coast.
I'm on the East
Sorry.
Coast.
Okay, so your East Coast compared to our East Coast and our West Coast. Wow. I don't know why I thought that was backwards. It's kind of like the water flushes the opposite way in Australia. Well, West and East must be backwards. Like, it's just the way it was in my head right now. So, yeah. So, like, your West Coast and our West Coast in, like, Southern California, and then, like, the West Coast kind of where you are, and the West Coast just above Florida, kind of like Tennessee-ish, Kentucky-ish area, almost the exact same size.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you're higher north and south than the U.S. is, but then like the northeast section of Australia like cuts in as to where the U.S. kind of like is more of a box. So there's almost, I think I would gather to say maybe the U.S. has like slightly more land comparatively, but they're pretty close to exactly the same size.
Yeah. And yet there's only like 23 million people in Australia.
Yeah, and there's like 350 million in the U.S.
We've kind of got a little bit more room to sort of spread out.
We do. Well, isn't like the whole center of Australia kind of like there's almost nothing there?
Yeah. There's a big rock called Ayers Rock.
Yeah, I heard. I saw from the what was the video you sent me?
Yeah, the Hey Ya knockoff of Australia.
So it was off of, what is it, Andre 2000? Andre 3000? What's his name?
Yeah, from
I can't remember. But it was the Hey Ya, but it was a commercial for Australia. Yeah, Australia. Such a good video. A little bit my wife after watching the video, so she like turns to me and she's like, "So we're going to Australia, right?"
This wasn't a corporate video for Australian tourism, but they should have given whoever made it. It
was great. I mean, it's super cheesy, but it was so good.
Yeah,
I feel like if the U.S. ever made one, there'd be some really offended people for some reason. It'd be like, "How dare you make fun of the United States?" And it's like, get over it. Anyway. So speaking of Top Gear, so what I was bringing up, so in Top Gear recently, they had like mentioned a couple of, like they kept like insulting each other, and I've realized how much I love British insults because they're so weird. Like, and I don't know if they're this, if there's Australian insults, like there's things that are like just normal Australian insults, but like I started thinking about like British or American insults, and I'm like, ours suck. Yep. Like, it's just vulgar. It's just like you just curse at somebody. That's like all it is. Like, we don't have like...
Yeah, bite me. Yeah,
we don't have cool things. And we used to, like, there used to be like, what was it, like in the early 90s? It was like, eat my shorts, man. Like, that kind of crap. But even those are stupid. I was listening and on Top Gear, he called them a plum sack. It's like, what does that even mean? But it's awesome and I love it. Like, I want it on a t-shirt. It's so great. So anyway, so I looked up British insults and I found 15 British insults, and I'm curious to see how these relate to Australia, because they're definitely not anywhere in America. Like, if you said these, you'd be like, what? Like, you wouldn't know what to get. This one I have kind of heard, I guess. This is bollocks. Right? Yep. So I've heard that one I know more, but apparently, like, anatomically it refers to a gentleman's area, which I didn't know. That's what it's referring to.
Okay.
It says, in everyday life, however, it can be uttered in recognition of a mishap such as trapping your finger in a door, which that's kind of the way I've known it. You know what I mean? Like, you stub your toe. It's like, oh, bollocks, like that kind of. That was one I actually knew. So git, I had never heard of git.
Yeah.
I don't know what git is, but it says git is a smarmy. What the hell is smarmy? Do you know the word smarmy?
S-W-A-R-M-Y.
No, S-M-A-R-M-Y.
Oh.
Not swarmy, but smarmy.
No.
I'm going to highlight it and right-click and say look up. Oh, here we go. I got a dictionary. All right, smarmy, it says informal. Ingratiating and wielding in a way that is perceived as insincere or excessive.
Okay. All right.
This is a very fancy sounding word. Anyway, it says a git is a smarmy so-and-so who's rather pleased with himself and delights in bringing others down.
Yeah.
So, okay, I mean, that's kind of like...
It's kind of like you're a jerk.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I was going to bring it. I was like, it's kind of like, he's a jerk. Like, that doesn't sound as cool as he's a git. Like, I don't... Just British insults are the best. All right, next one, gormless. I'm not sure... Gormless. But apparently that implies that you don't have a gorm if you're gormless.
Yeah.
So apparently gorms are good things. It says there is one gormless kid in every class in British schools. They can be easily identified due to their tendency to incorrectly pronounce words. So this is making fun of people with speech impediments. I don't understand. All right. Okay. Moving on. Knobhead.
Knobhead.
You know knobhead? It says...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it says a popular insult in the UK. Taken literally, it means you have a "eet" for a head. Weird.
It's like calling someone a dickhead.
Yeah, exactly. But the physical, if that was actually manifested in reality, is weird. Like, I mean, we say butthead like all the time, right? Like a dickhead, yeah, you'll say that. But like butthead's a bit more popular. Minger or minger? Minger? M-I-N-G-E-R?
Minger.
Minger? Okay. You're a
minger.
A remarkably unattractive person is what it says.
Yeah.
So you're not just unattractive,
you're ugly.
but you are like, you're top of the top class of unattractive people.
Yeah.
Or bottom of the
class.
class.
You're a minger.
Pillock or Pillock? P-I-L-L-O-C-K.
Yeah.
You know that one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put an expletive thing on this podcast. Apparently. Okay, so Pillock dates back to the 16th century and comes from the Norwegian word Pilliok, meaning, why do all of these things mean like gentleman areas? I don't understand this. It means beep. Figure it out, people. Okay, next word, plonker.
Right.
Plonker is a PG-friendly word used to describe an imbecile. So if you're a plonker, you're like an idiot.
It's very highbrow, I'm very educated type language, isn't it?
It is. It's like, you're a plonker. And it's like, oh, am I? Because really, that's a good use of that word, sir. All right, so the next one, this one I've heard of, ponce. Describe a man who behaves in an effeminate manner, which is kind of rude. I have to say.
Ponce or a punce. Yeah.
That's rude. Don't say that. Rude. Okay. Prat, I've heard. A magnificent fool. Yeah. Slag. Slag refers to loose women and is pretty much interchangeable with another word. Slapper?
Yep.
You know that one?
Yep.
While it is possible for everyone to be a dignified slag, a slapper is a slag with about as much class as a high school dropout. Wow. So that is like, so if you're, what was it? A minger. So slapper is like the equivalent.
The female version of it, yeah.
Interesting.
And usually denounces someone of an older age range.
Oh, okay. So kind of like a cougar.
See, cougars can be good, but these are bad, very bad.
So bad cougars are slappers.
Yeah. Yes.
Weird.
Yes.
Interesting. All right, moving on. Okay, so this is weird. So sod, right, which I've heard like sawed off kind of thing. Sod is grass. I don't know if that's the same thing in Australia, but like it's when you're putting a lawn in, you put sod down.
It's kind of like piss off.
Yeah, it says when you're a miserable git. So if we refer back to what git is a swarmy and so who's rather pleased with himself and delights in bringing others down. So if you're one of those, so a sod is like a miserable person. So if like you're a really bad jerk, you're sod. Yeah. So okay, so this is funny. However, the word is versatile and can be used to express frustration and or exasperation. Sod it, you might say, when you're struggling to build an IKEA chest of drawers.
Well, I'm glad that they gave her,
Yeah. Well, and that's actually a very applicable, I mean, I have built an IKEA chest of drawers and been incredibly frustrated with it. Yeah? I've built a lot of IKEA furniture and been incredibly frustrated with it. So
next time I can be
like, sod it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Very good. Okay. Moving on to toff. Toff is a disparaging word used to describe members of the British aristocracy. I'm kind of laughing at the fact that I couldn't pronounce the word aristocracy. The leading school of thought amongst etymologists is that the term is a bastardation of tuft, a golden tassel worn in the caps of undergraduates at the universities of Oxford and Cambridge during the 19th century. All right. I guess this would be used as like your high society and we don't like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of a deal. Then there's tosser, which I think everyone has heard about. Is synonymous with wanker. See below. Number 15 is wanker. Says the literal definition of the word is he who pleasures himself. Excellent.
I guess the American version would be a jerk off, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably. It makes makes a lot of sense. Okay. So yeah, British insults way better than American insults. They just are. I don't know why. They're just so much fun to say. I don't know why plum sack's not on here. I gotta look up the definition of plum sack. Definition of plum sack. Please don't bring up something inappropriate on my computer.
I wouldn't have Googled it, no.
Okay, well, I found the Urban Dictionary definition of plum bag. The often goosebumped, sometimes reticulated sack o' skin. Oh, should I keep reading this? Suspending.
No.
Suspending. Oh yeah, okay. It's exactly what it was trying to describe. Okay, so yeah, that's what a plum sack is, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. This show is definitely not for children. If you've gotten this far, I do apologize while your 8-year-old child is listening in the background.
Like 20 minutes talking about plum sacks.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, we're 25 minutes in, and so far we've talked about the Jurassic World website, the size of Australia, and plum sacks. I'm not so sure how to title this episode.
Yeah.
Figure that one out later. Well, let's move on to something else that's cool. Have you ever, Sir Wade Copson, and yes, I just knighted you. Have you ever, I guess yeah. Have you ever played Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Oh, once upon a time ago? Long time ago.
Okay.
I'm sure of it.
Are you sure? It's okay. So you're not as big of a fan as of it as I was, clearly.
No.
I love. Did you ever play SimCity?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay, so SimCity, Roller Coaster Tycoon, kind of the same thing. Except Roller Coaster Tycoon, you build theme parks. SimCity, you build cities. I freaking loved Roller Coaster Tycoon. Like hours and hours and hours of potentially completely wasted time on Roller Coaster Tycoon. However, I really actually do attribute some business knowledge, and like I think it's really actually kind of good business training for kids.
Yep.
Because you feel like you're playing a game, but at the same time, you actually have to successfully run a company.
Yeah.
So I think there actually is some kind of crossover actual knowledge. Anyway, a couple months ago, I just actually came across this today, but a couple months ago, I guess Atari and another company, it's not Chris something. I guess you can tell how much I know about this franchise. There was a guy that originally did Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2. And then he had influence over Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and another company, Frontier, I believe, did Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. But now there's even another company that's doing Roller Coaster Tycoon World, which kind of goes along with our Jurassic World. I'll consider that a tie-in. And it looks really interesting. The teaser trailer for it has, I mean, obviously effects that make it look like you're actually riding a roller coaster.
Oh, wow.
Which I doubt the graphics will be anywhere near that. It's probably going to be a step above, like in between your mobile gaming and like the current Xbox PlayStation graphics.
Yep.
It's only for PC, so I doubt there'll even be a Mac version of it. Probably, I mean, I don't know if there was there a Mac version of Roller Coaster Tycoon before? I don't know. Anyway, so it says it's for PC, and it says it's supposed to come out early 2015, which is interesting because, I mean, there still isn't a date on it, and we're in early 2015. So be interested to see when this comes out. I might actually buy this game. However, my PC just exploded, so I'm not entirely sure how I would play it, but I really want this game just to check it out and maybe like review it because it seems really kind of cool. The graphics look interesting, or not the graphics, the concept art looks really interesting. And there was something to the point of like you might be able to customize shops and actual buildings. So like not only can you just build the building, but you can actually customize the way a shop looks, or other type things like that, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, not wrong.
We shall see. We shall see what happens because I really like the Roller Coaster Tycoon games. I think they're super fun.
I always wanted to be able to have a first-person view of the roller coaster,
which they added in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3.
Yeah, but yeah, those original ones, you're like, oh, geez, it'd be so cool if you could actually hop on the ride.
Yeah, exactly. What was cool with Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is that you'd hop on the ride, but then you could like use your mouse to actually scroll around and look down, look up, turn around,
wow.
look whatever while it was going. It was really cool. And then the day to night graphics, depending upon your graphic processor and the speed of your computer and things, would look great. Like the water effects looked fantastic. It was great. It was a really cool game, and I spent a lot of time playing it. So I'm really excited to see what happens with Roller Coaster Tycoon World.
Awesome, man.
So I guess keeping in the same realm of PC stuff, did I tell you, Sir Wade Copson, about a discovery I made earlier this week called Fusion 7?
Oh, okay.
So let's get a little film geeky. And I mean filmmaking geeky. We're not going to talk about movies. We're going to talk about things about making movies. A while back, and by a while back, I believe it was a few years back, at least now, like 3 to 5 years. I don't know exactly the time right. Blackmagic Design purchased a piece of software called DaVinci Resolve. And they re-released said DaVinci Dissolve. It's just a dissolve, and it's like
it's just a plug-in for doing fades.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, exactly. But every fade has DaVinci painting the crossfade. You're like, why is he on my screen? Anyway, DaVinci Resolve. And they released a DaVinci Resolve Lite free version.
Yes.
And they released DaVinci Resolve for $1,000, which was way cheaper than the original piece of software that was being used across mainstream Hollywood studios. Well, they've done it again. What they did is they purchased Fusion 7 from Ion, which is, other than Nuke, the largest Hollywood used compositor on the planet. And they've done it where there's a light version for free.
Wow.
Oh, and then the full version's $1,000. However, it's only available on Windows, so I can't download it right now, which pisses me off. But you, Mr. Wade Copson, actually can. Sir Wade Copson can. And the super cool thing about it is it's node-based, one. So there's a lot more you can do with it, a lot more very fine detail work you can do with it. And two, it's a full 3D workspace.
I was just looking at the layout of it. The 3D,
unlike After Effects, which is kind of like this like kind of sort of 3D faux built in, it will work every once in a while, 3D workspace. This is a legit 3D workspace. I mean, you can actually create models like with the Element plugin, but it's like built in. It's also got its own particle generator.
Wow.
It looks amazing. And it's using, on their website, they say used in over 1,000 major Hollywood films, and you can get it for free. So I am crazy excited to try this software. I really think this is going to change the way internet videos are done. Like people running Windows and actually making effects, even just for like YouTube and stuff. I think this is going to completely change the landscape over the next few years. Just like I think when DaVinci Resolve came out, color correction just got way better, and people were doing it in a way better way. I think this is going to completely change the compositing world. I think we're going to see a lot better high quality videos come out, especially for free. And this piece of software is the reason why I'm dropping Adobe.
No.
So I don't know if I've told you about this. So I've been looking into this for a long, long time. For those of you who don't know, I'm not going to say where, but I'm a video editor professionally for my day job is what I do. So we use Adobe Premiere and we use After Effects. We color in DaVinci, but we use Adobe Premiere as our main editing tool. And there's so many bugs with Adobe Premiere. And for a longest time, I thought it was just computing problems. Well, I've been testing Windows-based Dell workstations, which are equivalent to the HPZ workstations. They're just insane video workstations. And I'm having the same problems with Premiere on a computer that's got, 24 cores, and this just insane amount of processing data. And I'm having the same problems. So it's not the computer. My thought is it's got to be the software, which is unfortunate. And there's a lot of people that I know that have had the same problems where if they're doing light editing or they're doing editing on smaller projects, Premiere works perfectly. It's completely flawless. But the moment they start to get into a lot of in-depth stuff, adding a lot of effects, doing a lot of dynamic linking, anything like that, Premiere just buckles. It just comes to a grinding halt. And it's just not good. So I have been trying to figure out how to make the change to Media Composer from Avid for a while now. And they've recently gone pay like a monthly payment process type deal.
Yep.
It's $50 a month, and you get Avid, and you get the support, and you get all that kind of stuff, which is actually cheaper than buying the yearly upgrade. But I mean, a lot of people aren't going to buy the yearly upgrade, and they're also not going to buy Avid support. However, $50 a month, which is $600 a year, is actually not that expensive when you're talking about super high-end professional NLE editors. Pro Tools, and then the other thing, so speaking of going into like audio, so that's the other thing that's really bugged me about Adobe. I currently use Adobe Audition, and it's okay. It's kind of wonky. It's not the best audio editor out there. I've wanted Pro Tools for quite a while now. And one of the things I just couldn't afford it. It was like $900 or something like that. I wasn't going to get the Pro Tools HD because I don't have a huge system with the hardware to support what Pro Tools HD is. So I was just going to get the normal Pro Tools, and I was just like, I just really can't afford this right now. However, Pro Tools this month goes monthly payment for $30 a month. So basically, with this software, which you would pay $1,000 for the full version, for $80 a month and a one-time payment of $1,000, and then you just have to get the upgrade every year when it comes out, you have an entire suite of literally Hollywood standard editing software.
Yeah.
Which is insane. I mean, 2 years ago, it was like, oh, wow, sweet, the Creative Cloud. I can now get every piece of Adobe software and actually do this professionally. And then it's like, oh, I've hit bumps. Like, I'm trying to use it too much. It's not working. After Effects is great, but I need Element or I need this other stuff to, like, really get it to do what I want it to do. Oh, I want particles that work better. Let me go to Magic Bullet and spend whatever it is, $1,300 on trap code or whatever the heck that suite costs. With Fusion, it's all built in. It's all there.
That's full on.
You know what I mean? And it's $1,000, or it's free. Like, there's just certain features that aren't there when it's free. And the other cool thing about Fusion is that for rendering, so if I'm working on a project and I've got 4 editors with me or 2 or 3 compositors, and I need them working and I need their computers not rendering all the time, Fusion has built-in server render farm capabilities.
Oh, wow.
Where you can set up servers, and every editor via Fusion can just send their edit or send their render to that other thing and keep working. And it's built in.
That's cool, man.
The other cool thing is that Fusion will work. You know how Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects dynamically link back and forth? So you just right-click on a clip, it sends it to Adobe After Effects. It's great. Avid Media Composer and Fusion 7 will do almost the same thing.
Oh.
They will, for free, apparently, link up together.
Wow.
Which is insane. And there's also ways to link up DaVinci Resolve with Avid, where you can do like a pre-color, send it over, and then finish your color and go back and forth. Wow. It's awesome. Now, I don't recommend that for anybody who just wants to get into editing. I think you really need to kind of know what you're doing. You need to understand the software, because I've used Media Composer before, and Media Composer is intense. I mean, if you don't understand the ins and outs of video editing, it might be a little hard to kind of get going with it. And it's just, you can do anything with it, which opens up a lot of possibilities, but also opens up a lot of needed knowledge to understand how to make it work.
Alrighty.
But I mean, for you, Sir Wade Copson, I really feel like you might enjoy Fusion. I think you should download it and you should try it out.
Now another program I'm going to have to teach myself.
Well, I was haggling you about DaVinci Resolve, which I don't know if you ever downloaded it. Did you?
Not yet, no. I've been slack. I've been so slack. I guess I'm a creature of habit, I was taught Adobe way back when, and 1999.
Nice. I didn't start using, that's when I started using, when did I start using Photoshop? Like 97?
Yeah.
98, I think is when I started using Photoshop. I think the first time I had opened up Adobe Premiere 2002, 2003, something like that. And the reason why I'd used it was because I heard that George Lucas had used it for episode 2.
Okay.
Or something. And so I looked into it and I opened it up and immediately it was like, what am I looking at? Because I was using Sony Vegas.
Yep.
And I was like, what am I looking at? And just didn't understand it and like shut it off. And then years later when I went to film school, got trained in Final Cut, and Final Cut and Premiere are basically the same program. At least Final Cut, not the new Final Cut, but like the older Final Cuts. And Premiere pretty much the same thing. And so I just made the switch over to Premiere, and it was kind of like, And that was like 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago is when I really started using Premiere. And I haven't used anything else since. And then I've recently started using Media Composer and learning Media Composer, and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty fantastic. However, I mean, the type of computers you need to really be able to run all this stuff and run it, 4K footage and 6K footage and all that kind of stuff is insane.
We had to use Final Cut at work for making commercials, and I really don't like Final Cut. It just seems so clunky to me. Is
this the new one or the old?
No,
like
the old one.
So is it Final Cut 7?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, and just like because you've got to go in and convert files to Final Cut files so that you can use them and edit. It feel so clunky. I could just grab the file straight off the camera and chuck it straight into Premiere and start cutting straight away.
And it works.
Yeah.
But that was one of the big things that, like, I remember when DSLR filmmaking kind of like was first coming out. Everyone was like, well, if you're using Final Cut, and especially if you're on a Mac, you have to take all your DSLR footage and you have to re-encode the footage.
Yep.
And then you can bring it in. And I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And I was on a PC at the time, and I would open it up, and I'd open it up in whatever it was, Premiere, or I think it was Vegas at that point still. And I was like, this runs fine.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about? I don't understand. And everyone was using Final Cut, basically. And then, Premiere in the last 5 or 6 years has kind of come out as this.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, we're here. It's better than Final Cut. And then when Final Cut 10...
Yes.
Is that what it was? Final Cut X came out and everyone was like, oh my God.
Yep.
Premiere kind of, I think, stole a lot of Final Cut users.
Yep.
But yeah, Fusion 7 looks fantastic. I really am excited to try this. However, I have to have a PC again.
But I'm seeing right down the very bottom, the CEO's come out and said, you know what? Blackmagic is working on a Mac version. So
They are working on a Mac version. It's just when, I think that was...
if, yeah.
Yeah, I want to say I saw something about that being said in November.
Okay.
And like it's February, guys. Can we have the Mac version, please? However, I do have to say, if anybody out there is thinking of getting into compositing and doing some work, a lot of heavy work like this, don't use a Mac. Just don't. It works better on a PC. It's designed. Windows machines just handle the 3D work and the compositing way better than a Mac does. I've actually done benchmark tests back and forth with comparable systems, and the Mac, the rendering test I did once, I had a 3D comp. It's actually the one you helped me with, the 3D comp for that audio pack I used to sell.
Yep.
And I tried rendering it out on a Mac, and it said it was going to take like 6 hours out of After Effects. I rendered the same file out of a PC. It took 15 minutes.
No way.
With a fairly comparable system.
And like a friend of mine's got is starting a production company for weddings, and she's falling into the trap of I'm having troubles with my computer. Maybe I should buy a Mac.
No.
And I'm like, don't do that. So I'm gonna need you to send me some links to the computer setups that you're looking at, because she goes, maybe I should go to Final Cut. Maybe I should go to Mac. And I'm like, don't do that. That's the old 90s type stuff, where
110%. Yeah, it's Windows machines have come so far from even like 5 years ago. I remember I built the PC that just died on me 4 years ago, something like that. And a lot of the parts of it are perfect. There's some having issues, which I think it's the processor, but the system isn't like, if I was to pay the $600 or so maybe to get it, to replace some of the parts and kind of get it back up and working, I don't think it's worth it because my graphics card is so old now.
Okay, yep.
That I'd have to spend another $1,000 on a graphics card, and I'm like, is it worth $1,600 to get this computer back up and running when it's only got a quad-core processor in it, that kind of thing. And I actually went on HP's website and priced out a Z-Series workstation, and which, for those of you who don't know, the Z-Series workstations are kind of like the computer. Like if you're going to run any form of compositing, it's like these Z-Series workstations are amazing. For those of you who know Andrew Kramer from Video Copilot, he uses one. A lot of effects houses use them. At least Andrew Kramer used to use one. I don't know if he's using one anymore, but he used to. And Dell is trying, which is what I was testing at work, Dell is trying to get these new workstations up and running to, as far as I know, directly compete with the HPZ stations. Cool. Which they're nice computers, but for some reason with Premiere, it just wasn't working. So I think there's still some bugs to figure out there. I priced out kind of like my dream computer. Like what would be, if I was to run the computer, like what would I have?
Yeah.
And so I went on their website and I built a computer. And at the end of the day, it was $47,000 for this machine. But it had 512 gigs of RAM. Had 22, was it two? I don't know. I think it was 24 physical cores.
Far out,
and
man.
24 virtual cores, so a combination of 48 core processor. It had 24 gigs of video RAM, and then it had, what else was it? It had 4 super fast SATA drives running in RAID 0 each, or it was a RAID 10 or something. I can't remember what it was. So it was just like this computer. It would blast through like Red 6K footage, no problem.
Far out, man.
And so it would be awesome. So this is the computer that's on my wish list. This is what I want. I want this computer combined with so the Dell thing. So the one good thing that I've tested with Dell is their 4K and their 5K monitors are brilliant.
Yeah.
So good. If anybody's looking to switch to 4K type stuff, their 4 and 5K monitors are great. They're very expensive currently. I think the 4K model Like the 32-inch 4K monitor is like $2,500 or something like that. But it's amazing.
Wow, man.
So good. Speaking of 5K monitors, though, if anybody listening to this podcast buys the 5K iMac and they're trying to do video, I will personally slap you upside your head. I have nothing against that computer, but you've got to realize that the graphics processor is running a 5K monitor. It's not, it's like having a giant 5K laptop. It's not going to run video all that well. I mean, unless all you're doing is like basic weddings and like church videos or something, go for it. Fantastic. Have fun. Get like a G-Tech 2 terabyte or 4 terabyte drive, run it in RAID 0 through Thunderbolt 2 or something. It'll be fantastic. It'll be great. However, I just can't handle it. Anyway, enough geek talk. Let's move away from the geek speak.
Well, if we want to go straight from really good computers to really dodgy camera rigs, make sure you check out shittyrigs.com. shittyrigs.com. This is my new favorite website from now on. It is just people MacGyvering setups for camera rigs. You know, sticky taping stuff to poles, to painters' poles. There was a shot that I saw just before of a guys that were doing like a short film of 2 inmates in a jail, and they didn't have the setup, so they just grabbed a trolley and used it in front of the camera to look like the bars of the cell. You know, it's some really cool MacGyvering of camera gear, but it makes me feel a lot better about some of the crazy stuff that I've done in the past.
What the hell? Okay, yeah, there's one right here, which this is ridiculous. They've got a jib, which looks, I mean, this thing is beefy. This thing looks like this would hold a 40-pound camera setup, and at the end of it is a GoPro. Really?
There's one I was just looking at. It's a they got the C stand with a chair, like a wooden chair with slats on its back that they're using as a cookie cutter in front of the light.
That's awesome.
I'm thinking, well, why wouldn't you just get a piece of cardboard and cut some slits in it, you know?
Right.
Instead of just putting a giant wooden chair up in the air.
Oh, this is fantastic. So it just goes like, so this whole website just posts pictures of people's crazy camera rigs.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, this is brilliant. What is happening? Okay, there is one. What is going on with this camera rig? So they've got it, I don't know what they have. They've got the knuckles and booms off of a C stand, off of 3 of them, and they've got it attached to another knuckle, and that's taped and bungee corded up around the hood, the taken off hood of a car. So it's actually like bolted to the engine frame, or the frame around the engine.
Oh my gosh.
And then there's a point and shoot camera on the end of some weirdo tripod head, like filming the person in the car. Seriously though, a GoPro with the suction cup would do the same thing at a higher quality. This doesn't make any sense. Why would you spend the amount of time to do this?
Yeah. It seems like someone's forgotten gear and
Oh my God. This doesn't make... Okay, yeah. shittyrigs.com. Wow. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So speaking of another website that I think is super cool, although there's some weird price things I'm finding. Site Wade and I had talked about a while. Excuse me, Sir Wade and I had talked about a while back, called massdrop.com.
Yes.
Massdrop is a very interesting website. So as far as I know, basically they make deals with product companies and basically get that company to give them a giant discount if they buy a ton of whatever this product is all at once, and then they just directly sell those products to you online, and the only way you get them for a certain price is if a certain amount of people buy that product, and then a few weeks later it'll ship. But there's stuff for, $200 off, $300 off, $400 off, that kind of thing. And you can actually suggest products for them to go after to offer on their website. Some of it's really good. Some of it, however, I've noticed the prices are actually kind of equivalent to what's on Amazon.
Okay.
For certain things. Like right now, they've got a Focusrite 2i2 that's available for 2 more days. I actually have a Focusrite 2i2. That's what I'm using right now. And it's $119. I want to say I spent $150, maybe $200 on mine. It says the MSRP is $199 on this. If we jump over to Amazon and we take a search,
And then check it out and see how much it's cost. Yeah.
let's see. Focusrite 2i2. You can get one on Amazon for $149. Brand new from Focusrite. In that case,
Still comparative, yeah.
It's $30 off. It's not the, $80 in savings that Massdrop is saying. It's actually $30 in savings, but still it's $30.
Yeah, man.
That
yeah.
you can't get off. And all you have to do is purchase it and then they'll ship it to you eventually. I'm not exactly sure how long it takes for them to ship these products to you, but eventually it will get there to you.
I've been looking at the Tascam DR40, and on here at the moment, they're selling it for $149, $150. And shipping to Australia is $6.
That's a really good price. What is it? Tascam what?
DR40.
DR40?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's the one that's like basically the equivalent to the Zoom H4n.
Zoom, yeah. Yep.
What's their sell price?
$149, so $150.
Okay, yeah, you can get it on Amazon for $179, so it's an additional $30 off.
Mm-hmm.
And then $6 in shipping. This says free shipping, but I doubt that's free shipping to Australia.
Yeah.
Free shipping within the U.S., I would imagine. Yeah, ship your single item to the U.S. in one of the 50 states. So I mean, even that is a really good deal because you could be getting a very nice recorder for $30 less than Amazon and $6 to ship to Australia, which is fantastic.
That's crazy, good, for freight.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially to Australia because shipping to you is insane. I know because I've thought about shipping you stuff and then I look at what it's going to cost and I'm like, Wade's not getting this. That sucks for Wade.
I was thinking of dropping you a line and saying, hey, dude, I need a new hat because they don't sell flex fit baseball caps here in Australia.
Which
I don't
makes
know.
no sense to me.
Yeah, it makes no sense. The hats we have out here, the size is one size fits all. And if anyone's ever met me or seen a photo of me, they know that my head isn't one size fits all. I've got a buff-sized head.
Wade.
Yeah.
Did you say a wolf-sized head?
Buff head. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and what is the team? The Indians, right? That's your team.
Yeah.
Which people might be going, what? Yeah, baseball. Wade's team is the Indians. When you were out here, did you get a hat when you were out here?
I did. I managed to find one. Yeah.
That's right. It's right. Well, you just have to make another trip. Out to America.
Come get
a hat.
I have to get a hat that's like a 80-gallon drum type size hat,
I'll just ship you an oil container and we can write Indians on it.
We just wear that. Yeah, just staple a brim on it. Yeah.
So this Massdrop site kind of coming back is a really cool site, and it's a neat site to see new pieces of tech that maybe I didn't know about before because you can just kind of scroll through if you go to the buy section. Now you have to sign up for the site, which is free, in order to get anything or to be able to see anything. And we are not, by the way, sponsored by Massdrop. However,
they can be.
If Massdrop would like to sponsor us, you can send us an email to knockaboutshow@gmail.com, which I believe is the show's. I think that's the email I just set up. If not, actually, I don't know what is our email. Stand by, because I totally set up a thing. Yeah, knockaboutshow@gmail.com. Bam! I remember that. So yeah, you can send us show whatnot and things to knockaboutshow@gmail.com. What's super cool is that you can just kind of scroll through and look at new pieces of tech that maybe you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Which is really, really fun. And they have all kinds of super cool stuff like this. Okay, so they've got an LG ultra wide monitor on here right now, which is quad HD. So it's not exactly ultra HD, but it's close. I mean, it's 3440 by 1440. So it's higher than normal HD. It's quad HD, and it's $814. If the MSRP is actually $1,000, you're talking $175 off, $185 off, which is really good. It says $12 shipping to the US. That's fantastic.
I wish I'd known about this website a long, long time ago.
Seriously though, there's so much cool stuff on here, and there's a lot of stuff that you might be going, oh my god, why is it so expensive? But the reason why it's expensive is because it's really good stuff, and that's kind of one of the things that over the last 5 or 6 years I've started doing is as a filmmaker, I don't buy the cheap stuff anymore. I wait and I buy the good stuff because that good stuff is going to last me way longer. I'm going to have to buy 2 and 3 of the cheap one in the time that good one that's, 5 times or 4 times as expensive it's going to last me. It's going to give me better results. It's going to give me higher quality, and it's going to work when I need it to work as opposed to the cheaper stuff. So that's like my one tip for people is like, always don't buy the cheap stuff. Buy the good stuff if you're going to buy something. And research the crap out of it. Yeah, this Massdrop site is fantastic. And they don't just have, like pro audio stuff, but they've got quilting, tech, ultralight, vaping, writing, everyday carry, hobby shop, mechanical keyboards, men's style, and audiophile, which is basically headphones. There's not much else on there. It's just a lot of headphones and audio recorders and stuff.
Yeah.
It's super cool. I tried to put on there the Steadicam thing. Let's see. Let me go under vote and see what it's called. I have a couple of my own things that I've suggested that people kind of ignored. But I put on there the G4 3-axis handheld steady gimbal for the GoPro camera.
Oh, yeah.
I've used the G3. I have never used the G4. I've used the G3. It is so cool.
Yeah.
It's basically the 3-axis gimbal from a drone built onto a pole, and it is very nearly a Steadicam for the GoPro. And they're about $200, $300 retail. But I'd love if they can get it for like $150.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man.
That'd be fantastic. The problem is I believe you have to get, is it 200 people in a poll?
Damn.
To actually have them go out to actually try to get something. So my vote or my poll for this product only has 4 votes in it.
Okay.
3 of which are for the Axis gimbal, but it's after 200 total votes, they'll shock you. After 200 total votes, they'll actually try to contact the company and get the product that is highest rated. I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that in 5 years they'll actually put the product in.
Yeah.
But who knows? Massdrop.com. Check it out. I think that'll do it. However, for this episode 002 of Knockabout, the Knockabout Podcast, where we kind of just hang out and talk about whatever, which was clearly seen today. The range of topics that have happened this last hour are massive and random, but awesome all the same. So I think that'll do it for us. So thank you, Sir Wade Copson, for joining.
Thank you very much.
For myself, Josh Quillin, thank you guys for listening. You guys can check us out on Facebook. I believe it's facebook.com/knockaboutshow. Twitter, which I believe... I just set all this stuff up, so please forgive me for not knowing what our crap is. All this social stuff. Okay, so Twitter, it's knockabout_show because somebody took Knockabout Show and I was not happy about it. But it's knockabout_show. You can follow me at Josh Quillin. I don't know what are you, Wade?
Just at Wade Copson.
At Wade Copson. You can check out the Knockabout at facebook.com/knockaboutshow. And you can shoot us an email to knockaboutshow@gmail.com. We'll see you guys next time.